The border situation.
Yes, pretty much in the Texas border, we have so many immigrants that are coming across from South America and Central America. And this Biden administration, I'm sorry, completely has brought a light to us that we've never seen before. The fact that they're just mass migration, and he's actually happy, and they're allowing all this.
Right. And what with the border situation, are you able to see those fences or illegal immigrants coming across your yard at all? Can you see those the holding containers at all where you are? Can you see any of those things?
Well, whenever I went to go and visit the border, and we had a border appreciation for the border patrol people, we did see the actual wall that was built, and it was actually halfway. So they never really finished it, and that's what Trump was trying to do, is to actually get the border to be what is it called?
Finished, completed,
secured, and completed, right? And that's why he was fighting for the budget in the Senate and all that. So yes, we've had people who have actually testified who live backdoor to it, and have talked about how they're so afraid of how people were crossing over and coming. But now it's more of a safety issue, just like Trump had said it. We're letting the drug cartels come in. We're letting human trafficking go on. There's children there that don't even have their parents, and then just people go and claim the kids. When Trump was in office, they had a certain thing that was regulated, where if a person would come and claim a child as theirs, they would do a DNA swipe to confirm that was their child. Because if not, then that would definitely mean that child was being used for human trafficking. So there's so much danger that is coming across from the open borders that they have flooded our gates with.
I agree, and it's sad because it's exactly what's going on right now. It's just really it's a shame because there's no need for this. Also, have you seen this containers where they're holding the children at all? Have you seen those things yet? Has anybody seen those yet?
I have not actually seen the actual containers, but from what I've heard is that they are just outside, kind of like in tents for now, and that they're trying to open facilities for them. And I heard that they're trying to make sanctuary cities in Dallas and other places, which is just pretty much, going to just make a madhouse, because if we can't even take care of our own people here from our communities, we could barely take care of our vets who are homeless, and children that are in foster. And it's a sad situation where, of course we want to help, but like they say, you can't help others if you can't help yourself.
That's right. That's right. Also, we want to mention too that because of the border situation, this has to do with the Keystone Pipeline, because he got rid of jobs, and he's cut back on the working class small businesses in America, and also infrastructure, because this has to deal with infrastructure in America, because the Border Patrol, they have jobs, and then they want to have those jobs be cut back. They want to cut back on ICE, the plugs, the environment. Joe Biden wants to not have ISIS they want to disassemble ICE completely, and to also cut back on the border patrol agents too as well. And by doing so, that's also being cut by the Keystone Pipeline, because we do not have the right infrastructure of our green energy jobs, a Green New Deal. They're talking about this. They're canceling jobs. They're canceling our officers who want to work, and they're also canceling culture, and they're also want to cancel. This is outrageous. They also want to cancel our infrastructure of American jobs here in this country. They have destroyed the American dream completely. They have done it. This is what they have done, and I don't see any news article about this anywhere except for this network, because we do care. All lives matter, and we really do care about this country. We love our military. We love this country. We love our border patrol. We love law enforcement. And now they want to cut all these jobs. And this is why, by the way, you might not know this, 21 states have filed a a a federal lawsuit against against Joe Biden administration for cutting back jobs, taking back American paying jobs for the Keystone Pipeline. 21 states of attorney generals have put a lawsuit out there to actually make this happen, and it goes to the Supreme Court next week. Are you aware of this, Jaimy? Go ahead.
Well, I wasn't quite 100% aware of it, but I have heard. I just don't know the intrigues and the details on it. But it is something that, like you said, we the American people have to stand up because, it is important for us to have, a big budget for border control and ISIS because that is what, keeps us in law and order. And without that, then we will have chaos.
Bingo. Yes, is what I said before. Folks, if people don't understand what's going on here, it's a crisis. It is not a challenge. It's a crisis on the border. Did you know? This is from the Bay News area in San Francisco. Channel 7 ABC News, the Bay Area News in San Francisco. They said it's a crisis. Even the Wall Street Journal said it's a crisis. Even New York One said it's a crisis. The New York Post said it's a crisis. The Huffington Post said it's a crisis. The Los Angeles Times said it's a crisis. The Chicago Tribune said it's a crisis. Also, who else said it? It was ABC News. David Muir. I call David Muir, by the way. David Muir, he said it was a crisis on the border. Also, The View said it's a crisis on the border now. It's a crisis. So where is this administration at now? Where are they? We got even CBS News in New Jersey, Channel 4 News in New Jersey said it's a crisis. Even Channel 8 in San Diego, CBS News said it's a crisis. KTLA News said it's a crisis. KTLA 5 News in Los Angeles said it's a crisis, besides the Los Angeles Times. So, and we're getting it. I just mentioned, with 15 news organizations and 8 newspapers, national big newspapers, saying it's a crisis. Where in the heck is this administration at when the facts are out there? I mean, the Wall Street Journal says a crisis. So why I can't circle back or give no questions Perkins say this? Jen Psaki, why can't Miss Circle Back, Miss Give No Answers, give us the statement saying that there is a crisis? As said, they challenge, say it's a crisis. Everybody else is reporting it.
I mean, yeah, we know this is definitely a crisis, but I really think that this is some kind of detour to actually do something else, because there's got to be an agenda behind what they're doing on this mass migration, and the fact that they're allowing the way they are. And the United States has always been a generous country, and we're very prosperous because we do uphold our Judeo-Christian principles. And I know that we do care for immigrants, but it could be done in a different way, because they're also put in in harm's way for the way this process is being done. And I know that the president of Mexico is definitely very not happy of what's going on, because the majority that are there are coming from Central America and South America and all that. And it's a problem that they're going through their country to get to us also. But we do have to work together, and we have to make a budget stronger so we can have it. But it seems like, just like when we were having the riots, right? We had so many police officers, but then they were being told,
stand down.
Don't do nothing. That's a crisis. The fact that just let them go and break into the store and take what they want and no consequences, burn down cities. That's ridiculous, right? And that's what we're seeing right now. It's like, of course, to them, why have ISIS and why have a bigger budget if it's going to destroy the agenda or stand in front of the agenda that they're trying to, make happen? Because, that for them, it's got to be to destroy the United States.
Also, don't forget, the fake news media, drive-by media. What do they say all summer long? Last summer, peaceful protesting. So where's the peaceful protesting now? When these people are still doing. They got George Floyd going on trial this month, okay? And guess what? They already had 5 riots in Seattle, 7 riots in Portland already. Structure being destroyed, and also with the with down in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Florida. They had the summer. You get the crazy summer spring breakers doing vandalism, but guess what? They're going to put the National Guard in place down there. They already said, the governor said, Senator Sanchez said, we're not going to have any structures being damaged at all. We're going to put the National Guard, we're going to have our National Guard, plus we're going to have the SWAT team, as well as major law enforcement officers with tactical gear on, to make sure there's no infrastructures over the weekend during spring break. There's going to make sure they don't have loss of property or loss of life. They're going to make sure that they have enforcements in place for this. So again, why can't the Blue States do this? That's my question. Why can't the Blue States do this?
Well, because they're in it with they're part of the agenda that they're trying to do. You got to understand, that's why we are trying to get rid of the governor in California, because
recall.
He is against recall. Exactly.
Right, and we got over right now, as it stands, 2.1 million recall signatures so far. 2 million.
They're throwing away half of them. Did you see that? They don't want all the signatures they've thrown away.
Yeah.
They are trying to count that they can't be used.
Yeah, they're trying to do that, and because of this is why California has the last 3 hours, 63 earthquakes in the last 2.5 hours, folks.
63? Wow.
In the last 2.5 hours, yes, and they're all in the 3 and the 2 range, because the highest one is a 3.4, the lowest one's a 2.8, and this is 63 of them, and this is from San Francisco all the way down to San Diego. That means Fresno's getting a little shaking going on, folks. There's a little shaking going on in Fresno, a little shaking going on in Los Angeles, a little shaking going on in Sacramento a little bit. There's a little shaking going on in San Francisco. A little shaking going on in Long Beach, Malibu. A little shaking going on there. A little shaking going on in Palm Springs, Lake Tahoe. A little shaking going on Lake Shasta. A little shaking going on there too. So this the whole entire state is this a little shaking here and there, but 63 of them so far in the last 3 hours or 2.5 hours, I'd say. So 63 earthquakes.
Wow. I just hope it doesn't, escalate to a higher, a higher range on the actual earthquake.
Yeah, I don't want to be. Yeah, I'm telling you, Jamie. I know this for a fact. Where John Wayne Airport is, there is a nuclear power plant right there. By the way, and it's right on the coast.
Right.
So they do have that. They do have nuclear power plants down in California. By the way, do have. There's 8 of them. I'm aware of. I am aware of. I have seen them. I have observed them, and I know this for a fact. Yeah, I used to live in California. I lived there for 8 years before I moved up to Seattle. I was up in Seattle for 25 years. So there you go.
Wow.
I know my area. I know the West Coast very well. I was down last time I was in California. Was in 2009, I think it was 2009. Yeah, 2009. I was down there, 2009. So it's been a while. Had been down. Haven't been down there for 11 years. It's been 11 years. Wow, or 12 years. Whoa, 12 years. There you go. 12 years. Yeah, it's 12 years. Yeah, because 2019 be 10, and then 20, and then 21 be 11. Yeah, 12 years. Wow, that's some. Time just goes time goes so fast nowadays. It really does, especially when you're working as much as we are. It goes just zooming by. It's unbelievable. But I do want to mention about Andrew Cuomo. Can we talk about that too as well?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, I know that you were mentioning me before how many accusations have come out against him.
Yeah, you see all the women came out with, besides Nancy Pelosi got kissed and she got groped by Cuomo. Did you see that picture we posted up? It's on it's on PATC News, by the way. Whole entire article's there. And then we're going to post up the whole entire the list of victims by Andrew Cuomo, and these women, this group of women, are former Victoria's Secret models, Playboy models, Miss America pageants. Some of them are news anchors now, by the way. Some of them have became news anchors since then. And these are victims of Cuomo. Victims of Cuomo I'm talking about. So you got Miss America, Miss USA, and Miss Universe. And these are contestants. And each of them, 30 or 40 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is over a period of over 20 years.
Oh wow!
Over 20 years. When he was Attorney General of New York, by the way. Remember, he was Attorney General.
Oh, wow.
He was Attorney General. Remember that. People don't remember their history. Well, he went to the pageants. He fondled the women, and and he was Attorney General. What could they do? What could the women do? They were powerless. Yeah, they were wealthy, but they could have lost their jobs if they said anything. But now, because Cuomo it got caught, there's no news of this anywhere on Fox News. I couldn't believe it. I mean, they were talking about Cuomo all last week, and now all of a sudden, nothing? Really? Why is that?
Well, because that's what the media does. The media hides the things that are important for the left that don't want it to come out. But when they want
even Fox fake news. As soon as we as soon as we got these accusations last night, guess what? Fox fake news has been so darn quiet because of this. They're not even talking about Cuomo today. They're not even talking about anything that we're bringing up right now. They're not even talking about it. Why? Because if they do, they know that we did their job that they themselves cannot do. It tells you how much corruption it is. And again, it's cancel culture, by the way. This is part of cancel culture.
Right.
They talk about cancel culture. Well, this is cancel culture. This is part of it. They're part of the problem. They don't realize it. They are the news in the fake news media, the drive-by media. They are the problem of cancel culture ever since that they got involved with the Obama regime. Now we got round two of the Obama regime with Joe Biden, actually Kamala Harris. Because remember, what did Biden say? He said, President Kamala Harris. How many times he said that? 5 times. Not 3 times, not 4 times, 5 times.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, that's why I appreciate your shows and what you do, Mark, because you really try to keep and expose the truth out there for people who are not aware of the media that is, changing the narrative and hiding the truth from.
They're scared of us. They are so darn scared of us because we know that if they do anything wrong, we're right there. We're going to go out there in full force and we will expose it. And that's what we do here.
Right. That's true. Absolutely.
That's what we do.
And so, yes, I appreciate everything that you do and the support and the donations, even to my campaign, and believing that, we're able to take this message and expose it and fight and go together. There's so much that's coming to America that is probably not even, people can't even foresee, and I have a lot of connections in Israel, and the fact that, they're talking about the government selling their rights, for an experiment that they're trying to make sure that everyone gets vaccinated by a certain time and have a green pass, violating rights, and that's just
so rights.
An experiment that's going to go to, different, nations.
Right. Also, I want to mention a couple of things too as well before we wrap it up. One thing is that Joe Biden, what did he say? He said, no, it was not Joe Biden. No, Putin, Pioneer Putin said the president of Russia challenged him to the debate. Challenged Joe Biden to a debate. And you know what? You'll be like Rocky. Remember the movie? Maybe you don't know. Maybe you do, because I know you're female. Maybe you don't watch Rocky movies. Maybe you didn't. But anyway, Rocky 4. If you ever watch Rocky 4, I'm not saying if you're, like I said, you're a female. I'm not encouraging you to watch it. There's not women are romantic. Okay, they really are. Women are born to be nurturers. I'm not being sexist about this, folks. I'm not being sexist here. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to encourage feminists here. That's not what I'm trying to do either. Okay, that's not what I'm doing. No. All I'm saying is that Rocky is not a movie for particular. For females, because it's violent, but it's a boxing movie. But however,
I will actually put that in consideration and watch it. Rocky 4, correct?
Well, it's up to you. I'm not going to challenge. I'm not going to force you to do it.
Okay.
I'm not going to force you to do it. But Rocky 4, what happened in Rocky 4 is I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the story so you don't have to watch it. Rocky 4 and I watched this movie. It was pretty good. But
Okay.
There's this kind of violent though, but I would not recommend it. I would not recommend it because the Russian gets pumped up with steroids. By the way, he does, and you'll see that he gets vaccinated by steroids. I'm not kidding, he does. But anyway, Rocky IV does win against Russia. Now, the same situation. What would happen if Putin goes in a ring with in a ring style and debate with Putin? Russians would definitely destroy us. It would, seriously. That's what would happen. It would be the opposite of Rocky.
Oh wow, interesting.
It would be the opposite of Rocky. So if you have Putin in the podium, and then Joe Biden in the same ring with a podium, debating Putin will win. The Russians will win, folks, against us. They will beat us. Trust me, they will. We'll take a beating.
Oh, okay.
We would.
Well, okay, I'll definitely keep that in mind, and if I get a chance, I will watch it.
I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not forcing you to do that because you're a woman.
But I think the more you talk about it, I want to watch it. So now I'm going to put that on my list to watch. But Mark, thank you for having me on the show. I really do have to get back to finish dinner for Shabbat and get prepping. But thank you. And, if you need anything, just let me know, okay?
All right. Well, like I said, anytime you want to come on this program and talk about the issues, because that's what we do here. Because we are looking out for America. We are the last line of defense, by the way. We are the last line of what the truth is and what we do here on this network. We are the last line here, folks. We are it. We are taking the platform that Rush Limbaugh did. We're just taking a whole new level the way Rush Limbaugh did. Talk about, get the guests on, get the questions, get the intake of what's happening, and also understanding and respecting the caller. That's what you do here. You take the caller, and you spend more time with the caller than about yourself. That's what we do here on this network. This is why this network is so unique, folks, because this is what we do here. This is broadcasting of excellence. We took it to a whole new level. We're not talking about football. We're not talking about sports at all. When we do, we mention only like the Super Bowl, who's going to the Super Bowl. We won't mention basketball either, by the way, because why? They take a knee to our American flag. Anybody takes a knee from the American flag, they deserve to lose a leg. There you go. Jaimy, you got the last word. Go ahead.
Thank you very much for having me, and we got to stay united and keep fighting because our voices together could be heard. But if we're scattered and against each other, we're never going to be able to bring forth the agenda that we need. So thank you very much, and I will talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you. We'll talk in the near future. Thank you so much. Maybe this month. We'll do that. We'll do that again. No, not this month. Be in April. Let's do that in April.
Okay, talk to you soon.
Okay, talk to you in April. Thank you so much. Let's do that. Yeah, well, because it's the 20th right now. So, yeah, I ran everything up. That's what I do here. We round the numbers up. That's what we do because it's a Memorial Saturday. We round the numbers up. So, if it's the 19th or the 18th, wherever it is, we just round the numbers, and we close the numbers, and then we figure out a day and a proper time to have the guests on from the point that we actually have a guest on. So that's what we do here. So thank you so much, Jaimy. Talk with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.